hike reversal procedure, and preparations are underway for Pope Francis' funeral. For SAFM News, I am Ondalambana, and a very good day. EFF leader Julius Malema says Finance Minister Enoch Godongwana does not have the powers to reverse the VAT increase because it was passed in Parliament. Malema says the VAT increase must be nullified through a motion in Parliament. Meanwhile, questions are being raised on the legal clarity of the process of reversing the VAT increase. Godongwana has indicated that the rates and monetary amounts and the Amendment of Revenue Laws Bill will first be introduced without the VAT hike. The Appropriation and Division of Revenue Bills will then be withdrawn to propose expenditure adjustments that will cover the resultant shortfall in the revenue. VAT will remain at 15%. The High Court in Bloemfontein has postponed the asbestos case to the 5th of next month for the start of a trial within a trial. Judge Philip Lobsad this morning granted former Free State Premier Ace Magashule's former personal assistant Murwadi Charlotte's request for the trial within a trial. The aim is to test the court's jurisdiction to try her. Charlotte was extradited from the US in August last year. She has been adamant since then that South African courts cannot try her due to the manner in which she was brought back. The case relates to the 255 million rand tender awarded in 2014 for the removal of asbestos roofing in the Free State. Magashule and 17 co-accused have pleaded not guilty to charges including fraud, corruption and money laundering. Kamuhelo Sigwe reports.
This development adds another layer of complexity to the already contentious proceedings. Cholota, once the personal assistant to former Free State Premier Ace Magashule, has been a central figure in the case. The judge's decision significantly impacts the timeline and the outcome of one of South Africa's closely watched corruption cases. Kamuhelo Siekwi, SABC News, Bloemfontein.
6 suspected smugglers arrested in Woodspruit, Limpopo, will appear in the local magistrate's court next week. The illicit cigarettes are worth nearly 400 million rand. Police say the suspects were in a truck and a bakkie travelling from the Beitbridge border post to Woodspruit on the R36 road when they were stopped and searched. Police spokesperson Malisela Litwaba says some cigarettes were concealed in a compartment in the truck.
A total of 43 boxes of illicit cigarettes were confiscated. Both vehicles used in the operation were seized and will be forfeited to the state as they were instrumental in the commission of crime. The 6 suspects are scheduled to appear before Hoedspruit Magistrate Court on Tuesday, 29th April 2025 on charges of possession of illicit cigarettes and contravention of Immigration Act.
The South African Red Cross Society says its disaster management teams are attending to a large number of communities that inclement weather has affected in various parts of KwaZulu-Natal. Disruptive rains are already falling after the South African Weather Service issued a level 4 warning. The affected areas include Mkhanyakude in the north and those along the coast, including eThekwini in Durban. The disruptive rainfall is causing localized flooding, which is severely damaging infrastructure. Siabonga Tlatshwayo is from the Red Cross.
The South African Weather Services has issued a weather warning of disruptive rainfall up to level 4. We are urging the public to be very cautious on the roads, not to move unnecessarily, stay at home, stay safe, and report any flooding incidents to disaster management centers and report any incident as soon as possible.
The Limpopo Education Department has condemned the rape of a 5-year-old learner, allegedly by a scholar transport driver. Police say the learner was raped between January and March this year in Mafefe outside Libuahomo. The 35-year-old driver was arrested yesterday after the child told her grandmother about the alleged rape. The department spokesperson Mike Maringa says they are providing counseling to the learner.
MEC Lerule Ramakhanya has commended the police for the swift arrest of the suspect on the rape case involving a 5-year-old learner who was allegedly raped by a private scholar transporter between January and March this year. The MEC is cautioning parents to be extra vigilant and to take interest on the people they are hiring to transport their children to school. She is condemning the barbaric act and calls for harsh punishment.
More than 100 foreign delegations, including heads of state and royalty, are due to begin arriving in Rome tomorrow ahead of the funeral of Pope Francis. Tight security arrangements, including troops with anti-drone devices and snipers on rooftops, are in place in the Vatican. Today is also the last chance for mourners to file past the Pope's coffin. The BBC's Alim Makbul reports.
It is today that the coffin will finally be sealed. Among the items that will remain inside, his papal hat or mitre, his pastoral staff and a scroll, a written record of Pope Francis' life and papacy. Before that happens, tens of thousands more people will file into St. Peter's Basilica and past his body, paying their respects. At 7 p.m. local time, the doors will be shut. An hour later, a handful of senior clergy will conduct a ceremony to close the coffin.
Recapping the top story, EFF leader Julius Malema says Finance Minister Enoch Godongwana does not have the powers to reverse the VAT increase because it was passed in Parliament. Malema says the VAT increase must be nullified through a motion in Parliament. I am on Delambana for SFM News Headlines at 1:30.
Here, there, and everywhere. SAFM 105 FM in Pietermaritzburg.
Do you want an experience of a lifetime? Where every day is filled with challenges of providing Lisa Vanderpump curated experiences while dealing with rivalries, romances, and misadventures. It's drama at Vanderpump's French Estate. Chantel, Rosabelle, and the staff can't wait to give you a front row seat to all the drama. Catch Vanderpump Villa, Saturdays on S3 at 8:30 p.m. S3 open up.
The Red Devils want to add more heat in Cairo to make life difficult for Masandawana, but Kabuyelo refuse to shake and break. They are on a mission to elevate their game and march to the final with big smiles. It is do or die. This is the second leg semi-final encounter of the Total Energies CAF Champions League. Catch the incredible action of African football. Al Ahly FC versus Mamelodi Sundowns FC. This Friday, 25 April at 5:30 p.m. Streaming live on SABC Plus, S3, SABC Sport on DTT Channel 4, and SABC radio stations. Proudly brought to you by SABC Sport.
For the love of the game.
April is Freedom Month, a month to reflect, celebrate, and move forward. SAFM is bringing you powerful stories, insightful debates, and voices that shape our nation. Stay tuned to SAFM, where freedom, history, and the future meet. SAFM, leading the conversations that move us.
You are listening to KG Mwekezi on SAFM.
Living your best life on the Full Circle.
The year 1963, the people's president was taken away by security men, all dressed in a uniform. Brutality, oh no, my black president. Him and his comrades were sentenced to isolation. Many painful years, many painful years, many painful years of hard labor. They broke rules by the
It's 14 minutes past 1. This is SFM 104 to 107 nationwide. We are leading the conversations that move us. It's Friday. You have a visitor, and that visitor is me. My name is Khomotso KG Mwekezi. Bridget Masinga couldn't be here today. It's a full circle time. It's Friday, the 25th of April. We're leading the conversations that move us, as I said, and at all times, you're welcome to join on the 086 000 2032 number 086 000 2032 on the SMS line. It's 41391. 41391 will come at 150 to you on WhatsApp. We are on 061 410 4107. We are on channel 814 on the DSTV audio bouquet. On X, we are at SFM Radio. And please hashtag the full circle whenever you talk to us. You heard that Brenda Fassie song, Black President, as an intro because we're about to have a conversation about, freedom, a trip to music. And we're having that conversation with musicologist, academic, and the meaning of freedom songs. What are your freedom, songs that you like? And Dr. Sheldon Leal is registrar of the Academy of Sound Engineering, and he's our guest in the studio. We round off this hour talking stages, pages, screens, and more. And we're going to talk about Freedom Park opening Beyond Borders, an exhibition that celebrates 3 decades of democracy and Dutch-South Africa solidarity. And we'll have a conversation about that with them. And we'll round off the show having a conversation with a profile with TJ Ngoma, actor, model, inclusion, and a self-acceptance activist, and of course, don't forget the Kids Corner. So it's Freedom Month still, and the holiday on Sunday, the last one for the month of April that we're having, is Freedom Day. And we thought to round off our Freedom Month conversation about songs, freedom songs, their meaning. And we started, of course, with Brenda Fassie's Black President because it's poignant for us, but we're not limited it to just us as South Africa, because freedom songs are used around the globe for people to send a message. So let's welcome our guest in the studio, Dr. Sheldon Leal. Hi, Dr. Leal.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. What's their value, freedom songs? I mean, it was a poignant time when Brenda Fassie recorded that song. It was almost at the brink of our democracy. And I mean, even now, when I hear the song, I literally can't just hear it and not feel anything. You kind of always just feel something whenever you hear it. Why do they still have value, freedom songs, in 2025?
Well, the function of an artist is to push the parameters of society. Mm-hmm. That is what we do. As artists, we reflect on society, and we put out comments and we put out statements that are going to shift consciousness. If you look at Miriam Makeba in the late 1950s going into the 1960s, had it not been for her messaging in her music, the apartheid era would have never been exposed and we would have never moved forward. So it was through music that we were able to move forward. It's almost like I always compare it to like a court jester in medieval times. The king needed to get information, and the easiest way to get that information was through a jokester who was going to impart the information in a non-offensive, non-challenging kind of way. And musicians do that in a slightly more challenging way, but it's still more readable than someone professing something to you in a speech, etc. And if you listen to that Brenda Fassie song, which is just as apartheid was ending, and just before Nelson Mandela was released from prison, and just before he became the president of the ANC, you can hear like the very minimalistic kind of orchestration and arrangement around the song, because what Brenda Fassie was trying to achieve with that song, and Chico Twala, was a focus on the lyrics of the music.
The message.
Yes. And so the tempo is quite moderate. The orchestration is very minimal. And the focus is on the message of the music. And you've even got like a gospel choir, almost like a gospel effect in the music, which is, it's almost like saying we are professing something. We are saying something is coming. Mm-hmm. No one knew for a fact that Nelson Mandela would be the next president, but she's preempting it and saying that we are going to get a black president. This is the way that we are going forward. And in 1994, it eventually came true. So she was preempting the story 4 years in advance. So that was what the function of that specific song is, and it's still very effective today, and we're going to see as the show progresses that these messages are sent out there so that you're almost like preparing the audience and preparing society for what's going to come, what the ills of society are, and where we need to move forward. And that is what the function of these songs are.
So ultimately what you're saying is the value of art is not only just purely for entertainment.
Or aesthetic purposes.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of people like. For example, Brenda Fassie, I like to compare, well, they used to call her the Black Madonna. Madonna herself has always been about pushing the boundaries of society.
Mm-hmm.
But people often will cover that with like, oh, she's a pretty girl and she's worried about the fashion and the clothes and whatever. And Brenda Fassie was this irreverent character, larger than life, charismatic, the drugs, the sex, the rock and roll, the everything. And people forgot that actually her messaging in the music was more than just pop music. It was about like a shift in popular consciousness. And that's what she was doing. Her music was very conscious.
Yeah, but sometimes it comes at a price to the very artists themselves. Look at what happened to Makeba and what happened to someone like Hugh Masekela, who ended up spending the large part of their lives far away from the people that they love.
And sometimes you need to make those sacrifices. That is what artists do. The whole point of art in any form, whether it's visual art or whether it's dramatic art or whether it's musical art, is to challenge society. I think artists go into the whole industry understanding that that is their function. Their function is to push society forward, and that sometimes the implications are being outside of your family and friends and country.
Yeah. Here's another song, and I want to hear the story as interpreted by Dr. Sheldon Leal of this particular song.
Get up, stand up for your right. Get up, stand up for your right. Get up, stand up for your right. Get up, stand up, don't give up the fight. Preacher man, don't tell me heaven is under the earth. I know you don't know what life is really worth. It's not all that glitter is gold. After story had never been told, so now you see the light. Hey, stand up for your right. Come on, get up, stand up. Stand up for your right.
Whether it is a CCMA referral, problems with a mechanic, or unfair blacklisting, Clientele legal plans are affordable, and you receive up to 670,000 rands worth of legal services per year. We cover civil, criminal, and labor-related matters. Our legal team will be your support 24 hours a day. SMS SAFM to 32195. That's SAFM to 32195. Clientele General is an authorized FSP and a licensed non-life insurer. T's and C's online. Standard rates apply.
The confession booth. A place where the sin-laden soul can offload their transgressions, all in the hopes of finding reprieve for their sins. Stolen your co-worker's lunch? Then the ordinary confession booth with your regular priest will do. But murdered your long-time nemesis and dumped their body in a vat of acid? Oh, then you better hope you're not in Father Brown's confession booth, because he is bent on catching all the bad guys. Tune in to Father Brown, Mondays to Wednesdays at 9 p.m, only on S3. Open up.
After a 0-all draw in Mzansi, the Pyramids are confident they will complete their agenda with victory on home soil. But Rivero's boys believe they will end their long-distance trip to Egypt with an impressive performance. This is the second leg semi-final clash of the Total Energies CAF Champions League. Experience the thrilling encounter of African football. Pyramids FC versus Orlando Pirates this Friday, 25 April at 7:30 p.m. Streaming live on SABC Plus, SABC 2, and SABC radio stations. Proudly brought to you by SABC Sport.
For the love of the game.
When your business expands, it's time to look for the kind of space that'll offer it more than square meters on a plan. At Dube Tradeport, we're a place for high-value manufacturing, efficient air cargo logistics, and advanced future farming technology. Doesn't that sound like a place where your business can take shape? If so, move your business to Dube Tradeport and grow beyond potential.
You are listening to The Full Circle.
Get up, stand up. Stand up for your right. Get up, stand up. Stand up for your right. Get up, stand up. Stand up for your right. Get up, stand up. Don't give up the fight. Preacher man, don't tell me heaven is under the earth. I know you don't know what life is really worth. It's not all that glitter is gold. After story had never been told. So now you see the light. Hey, stand up for your right. Come on, get up, stand up. Stand up for your right. Get up, stand up. Don't give up the fight. Get up, stand up. Stand up for your right. Get up, stand up. Don't give up the fight. Most people think great God will come from the sky, take away everything and make everybody feel high. But if you know what life is worth, you would look for yours on earth. And now you see the light, you stand up for your rights. Yeah. Get up, stand up. Yeah, yeah. Stand up for your rights. Get up, stand up. Get up, stand up. Don't give up the fight. Life is your right. Get up, stand up. So we can't give up the fight. Stand up for your right. Lord, Lord. Get up, stand up. Keep us traveling on. Don't give up the fight. Yeah.
We're sick and tired of your ism, schism, game, dine and go to heaven in Jesus' name, Lord. We know and we understand. Almighty God is a living man. You can fool some people sometimes, but you can't fool all the people all the time. So now we see the light. We gonna stand up for our rights.
Yeah.
So you better
Get up, stand up. In the morning.
give it up.
Stand up for your right.
Stand up right now.
Get up, stand up. Don't give up the fight.
Don't give it up. Don't give it up.
Get up, stand up.
Get up. Stand up.
Stand up for your right.
Get up. Stand up.
Get up, stand up. Don't give up the fight.
Of course, another poignant freedom song, in many ways, Get Up, Stand Up, a song written by Bob Marley and Peter Tosh. It originally appeared on the Wailers' 1973 album Burning. It was recorded and played live in numerous versions by Bob and the Wailers, along with solo versions by Peter Tosh, and Bunny Wailer. It was later included on the compilations Legend and Rebel Music. You chose that song.
Yeah. Bob Marley was always a social commentator, and very political. His music was always very political.
Yeah. And not just for where he lived. Only.
Yeah. Because this specific song was inspired by a tour that he did of Haiti.
Mm-hmm.
And when he was going through Haiti, he saw the very impoverished people and like these children on the streets. And he was like, no, you can't live like this. You've got to stand up. You've got to do something. And that's his cry there. He's like saying like, and once again, in the way the song was written, it's very intentional. Once again, a mid-tempo song. You've got very repetitive because he's trying to reinforce the message. Get up, stand up. Like he's constantly saying that. Like he's reinforcing the message consistently. The only reason why Bob Marley ever got signed to his recording contract was because Chris Blackwell, the guy who owned Island Records, He was looking for someone charismatic, someone that could bridge the gap between reggae and popular music. He was like, we need a Jimi Hendrix
of this time
of reggae.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And so the one day Bob Marley walked into his office and he's like, this is the guy.
Yeah.
This is the guy that is going to bring the message of reggae to the world. And he signed him, and initially, so this is 1973. Bob Marley was already signed in the 1960s. This was his 6th album. But this was after a lot of working with Chris Blackwell and trying to refine the sound of reggae.
Yes.
So that it was palatable to a wider audience.
Yes.
And so through that innovation and through that interrogation and
he got to a seminal album.
Exactly, which was this one.
Yeah.
This one really broke for him. And he became this commentator and this person who was commenting on society. What is wrong? What do we need to do? How do we move forward? And that was Bob Marley's legacy.
Yeah. What's the effectiveness, before we quickly go to news headlines, of the mid-tempo and the message being played over and over in the chorus? Because you said the same earlier about Brenda Fassie. Yeah.
Well, this one's more repetitive. Brenda Fassie's wasn't as repetitive.
Yeah.
But with the repetition, you're reinforcing the message. But the whole thing with the mid-tempo is that it becomes a very intentional song.
Yeah.
You can hear that it's intentional. Sit down and listen to the music.
Yeah. We'll continue our conversation with Dr. Sheldon Lill as we look at a trip to music and its meaning around freedom and around freedom songs. He is the registrar of the Academy of Sound Engineering. It's 1:30. It's time for the news headlines.
Thank you, KG. On the news headlines on SAFM, I am Ondalambana, and a very good day. The Usindiso building fire trial has been postponed to next Friday in the High Court in Johannesburg, sitting in Palm Ridge. This after alleged arsonist Sitembiso Mdlalose asked to be addressed to the court. The bail application of 4 Mangawung Correctional Centre warders accused of the assault and murder of an inmate is underway in the Bloemfontein Magistrate Court, and the EFF leader Julius Malema says Finance Minister Enoch Godongwana does not have the powers to reverse the VAT increase because it was passed in Parliament. A full update follows at the top of the hour.
You are listening to The Full Circle.
We just wanna run just for you. We just wanna run just for you. I don't wanna run just for free. We just wanna run just for you. We just wanna run just for you. I don't wanna run just for free.
This is America. Don't catch you slipping now. Don't catch you slipping now. Look what I'm whipping now. This is America. Don't catch you slipping now. Don't catch you slipping now. Look what I'm whipping now. This is America. Don't catch you slipping now. Look how I'm living now. Police be tripping now. Yeah, this is America. Guns in my area. I got the strap. I gotta carry 'em. Yeah, I'ma go into this. Yeah, this is gorilla. Yeah, I'ma go get the bag. Yeah, or I'ma get the pad. Yeah, I'm so cold like yeah. I'm so dull like yeah. We gon' blow like yeah. Don't catch you slipping now. Look what I'm whipping now. This is America. Don't catch you slipping now. Don't catch you slipping now. Look what I'm whipping now. Look how I'm kicking now. I'm so fitted. I'm on Gucci. I'm so pretty. I'm gon' get it. Watch me move. This is Sully. That's a tool. On my Kodak. Black. Ooh, know that. Work it. 100 bands, 100 bands, 100 bands. Contraband, contraband, contraband. I got the plug on who a hawker. Whoa. They gonna find you like Baka. Blow.
America. I just checked my follow and listen. You motherfuckers owe me.
Get your money, black man. Get your money, black man. Get your money, black man.
This Mother's Day, there's no better way to celebrate mom than with a thoughtful gift from Dis-Chem. Show her how much you care with luxurious bath and body gift sets from Bayless and Harding and Nature's Edition, or soothing Serengeti home fragrances and Price's candles. Imagine mom's delight as she unwraps her favorite fragrance or a stylish wall, Philips or Reflections hair appliance. Don't forget a sweet treat to indulge in. Spoil mom with perfect gifts from Dis-Chem. Hurry, offers end 11 May.
Your Sunday nights are about to get big on S3. We have some of the biggest movie titles that will take you on adventures that you simply cannot miss. Thomas arrives in a glade at the center of a giant maze. The race to escape the maze leads him to a journey. Should they escape, all questions will be answered. Tune into The Maze Runner, Sunday, the 27th of April. Maze Runner Darth Cure on the 4th of May. Maze Runner The Scorch Trials on the 11th of May. S3 Blockbuster Movies, Sundays at 7 p.m. only on S3. Open up.
The Seagulls believe their fighting spirit will match their style of football as they chase valuable points.
Pedro in front of the Leicester fans against Hermanson, and he rolls it home. João Pedro gives Albion the lead.
While the Hammers have a big task to prevail away from home.
Clips it in there, and Bowen! And West Ham United have turned this game around.
This is the Premier League. Catch the nail-biting action. Brighton and Hove Albion versus West Ham United FC on Saturday 26 April at 3:30 p.m. live on S3. Also available at your fingertips on SABC Plus. Proudly brought to you by SABC Sport.
For the love of the game.
Hi, I'm Khomotso KG Mweketi, and I believe in music's ability to connect, to heal, to remind, and to bring joy. And each week on my Saturday and Sunday show Seasons right here on SAFM, I endeavor to do just that. So join the movement of Seasons every Saturday and Sunday, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. It's addictive. You might invite a friend. Seasons, only on SAFM 104 to 107 nationwide with me, KG Mweketi.
You are listening to The Full Circle.
So we continue our conversation with Dr. Sheldon Lee looking at freedom songs. We played This Is America, a song by American rapper Childish Gambino, written by Gambino, Ludwig Göransson, and fellow American rapper Young Thug, who provides additional vocals and produced the former two. It was released on May 6, 2018, at the same time that Gambino was hosting an episode of Saturday Night Live. And we know on Saturday Night Live they go there. Do you want to talk about it?
Yes. So Childish Gambino is actually better known as an actor, but Donald Glover. But he's now he explored this whole Childish Gambino persona, which he used. A lot of creatives will create personas as a form of alternate creativity.
Yeah.
Because creatives usually will be creative in more than one field.
Yeah.
And so they feel limited by their brand. Because, KG's KG. And people know you for one specific thing.
Yeah.
But
But
they
I'm
don't
a
know
million
you.
and one things, and
Exactly.
they don't like it when I stretch myself.
Exactly. And so by creating an additional persona, you're affording yourself the ability to explore other things,
Yeah.
which is what he's done with this. He's now killed off the Childish Gambino persona,
Yeah.
and he says he won't be releasing any more music under the Childish Gambino brand or banner. But this specific song, once again, and what I really like about this song is you can hear almost, so it was during the reign of first Donald Trump reign, and you can hear the chaos of the reign of Donald Trump in the music. The song's very chaotic, but you can hear also elements of like like spirituals and field hollers from the slave era, which is incorporated into the music, which is a juxtaposition against the message that he's trying to communicate, which is that in 2018, when he released the song under the Black Lives Matter banner, Black people in the United States were no further along than during the slave era. And I think that's what he was trying to communicate. We are all the way like 100+ years later, and we're still struggling with the same things.
Yeah.
Police brutality and institutionalized slavery. So although people are getting paid, but they're getting paid minimum wage, they can't actually pay their bills. They're actually impoverished.
Yeah. It's not lost to me because we're going to round off with the song Luther, a song by American rapper Kendrick Lamar and American singer-songwriter SZA. It's titled after the American R&B and soul singer Luther Vandross. The track contains a sample of Vandross and Cheryl Lynn's 1982 rendition of If This World Were Mine. Tell me about the significance of that as the last bit before we play the song.
Yeah, so the original version of the song was released in 1967 by Marvin Gaye and Tammy Terrell. It was a duet. And what Kendrick Lamar has tried to do here is create almost like a hip-hop duet with himself and SZA. And the interesting thing with this song is more about let's make the world a really nice place for our loved ones.
Yeah.
And that's the message that he's trying to create. By creating a society that's emancipated, that is all-inclusive, that is loving, that is compassionate, we make space for our loved ones.
Yeah.
And that's what the song is trying to communicate.
Yeah. Similar message in many ways in 2025. Let's hear that song. I'm going to say thank you and goodbye to you.
Thank you so much.
As we play that song.
If this world were mine.
Hey, Roman numeral 7, babe, drop it like it's hot. If this world was mine, I'd take your dreams and make them multiply. If this world was mine, I'd take your enemies in front of God. Introduce them to that light, hit them strictly with that fire. Fire, 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 fire. Hey, Roman numeral 7, babe, drop it like it's hot. If this world was mine, I'd take your dreams and make them multiply. If this world was mine, I'd take your enemies in front of God. Introduce them to that light, hit them strictly with that fire. This a bop, he'll dance, let them watch. She a fan, he a flop, they just wanna kumbaya, nah.
This world, concrete, flowers grow. Heartache, she only do what she know. Weekends, get it poppin' on the low. Better days coming for sure. If it was up to me, I wouldn't give it nobody, no sympathy. I'll take away the pain, I'll give you everything. I just wanna see when you wanna see.
If this world were
It
mine.
go in, out, or slow. Maybe you would stop, strike, close. And I'm with you, everything goes. Come and put that on my soul. Bobby, pound, wrist, froze, check, count on the way home. This world, concrete, flowers grow. Heartache, she only doing what she know. Weekends, get it poppin' on the low. Better days coming for sure. If it was up to me, I wouldn't give it nobody, no sympathy. I'll take away the pain, I'll give you everything. I just wanna see when you wanna see.
If this world were
I can't lie, I trust you, I love you. I will waste your time, I turn it off just so I can turn you on. I'ma make you say it loud. I'm not even tripping, I won't stress you out. I might even settle down for you. I'ma show you I'm a pro. I'ma take my time and turn it off just so I can turn you on, baby.
Weekends, get it poppin' on the low. Better days coming for sure. I know you're coming for it.
If this world were mine.
From the shows that bring us laughter to the moments that inspire us, your SABC TV license makes it all possible. Every license paid supports local stories, top talent, and the programs that unite South Africa. Pay your TV license today. Visit tvlic.co.za or your nearest retail outlet. Hashtag your screen, your story. Together, we make it happen.
The confession booth. A place where the sin-laden soul can offload their transgressions, all in the hopes of finding reprieve for their sins. Stolen your co-worker's lunch? Then the ordinary confession booth with your regular priest will do. But murdered your long-time nemesis and dumped their body in a vat of acid? Oh, then you better hope you're not in Father Brown's confession booth, because he is bent on catching all the bad guys. Tune in to Father Brown, Mondays to Wednesdays at 9 p.m, only on S3. Open up.
S3. El Clasico is here. Barcelona takes on Real Madrid in the Copa del Rey final. And you can catch every moment on S3 or stream live on SABC+. Watch two of the world's biggest teams fight for Spanish football's ultimate trophy. Don't miss out on the heart-pounding action. Head to sabcplus.com to register right now. Or tune into S3 on Saturday 26 April at 9:30 p.m. for the live broadcast. This is the Copa del Rey final. Barcelona versus Real Madrid. Proudly brought to you by SABC Sport, your home of great football. For the love of the game.
Stages, pages, screens, and more on the Full Circle.
Stages, pages, screens, and more. And Freedom Park is opening Beyond Borders, an exhibition that is celebrating 3 decades of democracy and Dutch-South Africa solidarity. This exhibition runs through to the 30th of June. Let's talk to the curator, Sam Horowitz, who joins us on the line. Sam, good afternoon. Thank you so much for your time. So what was the thinking around curating the works of Beyond Borders?
Hello, and thank you so much for having me, and hello to all your listeners. This was an incredibly exciting project for us. You know, total media for us, the archives really are at the heart of any project. So when the Embassy of the Kingdom of Netherlands in South Africa approached us to come up with the concept that they could test at a launch at Freedom Park, we were incredibly excited. And basically what we did was we investigated all of the different archives. These included the South African History Archive as well as the Nelson Mandela Archive, and as well as material that was repatriated to SAHA, so that's the South African History Archive, from the Netherlands. And we had such fun looking in boxes, finding incredible remnants of the activists and all that they did over the last 30 years. And basically we tested this concept, we built a model, we had photographs, asked people to participate. And it was so well received that the embassy decided to proceed with the actual build of the exhibition. So now what you have at Freedom Park is what we're calling like a tiny archive pop-up, that people can go and have a look and see the actual objects themselves from this period in our history, as well as learn a little bit more around the activism and support between the Dutch and South Africa.
Yeah. And is there a theme that you found that was even similar between the Dutch and South Africa as you were going about your work curating?
Well, there's a very rich history. You know, the Dutch and South Africa, well, the Dutch have been part of South Africa for such a long, long time. And it was so beautiful